All right, we're going to circle back in there Baldridge now because we chatted a few moments ago about the recent Baldridge Award winners. And I want to return to that theme because we're talking about an article that we ran earlier in the week, which was really a good one. It was a blog posting on the Baldridge post that I liked a lot. We ran it in Quality Digest. Love and Excellence was written by former Baldridge director Harry Hertz, a great guy, Harry Hertz. He's been on the show. And it's a really inspirational account of his lessons learned from this year's Baldridge Quest for Excellence conference. And as I mentioned, this is the event at which the Baldridge winners, and there were 5 of them this last cycle, this year, actually received their awards from Walter Koppen and from Bob Pangmeyer, who's Harry Hertz's replacement as current Baldridge director. So it's a really nice ceremony. They receive their awards. There are many speakers. It's a conference, so it's not just an award ceremony. It's a conference wrapped around it. So people talk about their journeys and their quality journeys and why they got to where they were. And as I mentioned in that news item about the winners, it's a very rigorous process.
Oh yeah,
extremely rigorous. And the ones that win will tell you it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. You hear that a lot. So as Hertz writes. There's always some common themes that emerge from the Quest for Excellence conference, and this year he had 6, and I want to show them to you one after another, because they're all good, and I think some of them are really, really important. All of them are important to remember. The first one is Love Matters. Aww. And that's the title of this article. Love and excellence. I mean, great organizations, they show their love for their employees. They show their love for their customers. They show their love for their communities. They show their love for what they're doing. And love is important, man. I mean, we're emotional people. When you're at work, you're at work, and you're a person at work. So, having love for what you do and understanding what that means and how it connects to your customers and your community is really, really important. And it's gonna be a theme rippling through this. The next one is storytelling. And that kind of aligns with love, You wanna share your story, you wanna share your heart again with your customers, with your fellow employees, with your communities.
Where are you coming from?
Where are you coming from? Why are you in it? What's your vision? What's your mission for what you do? And those things are always emotional. You don't say our mission is to make money, even though the bosses may think that. I mean, it's like, why? Why are you in business? Why are you doing what you do? And that's really important to have that in the frame of a story. The next one is community commitment, and we've got to be good citizens and good stewards of the places in which we work. And that's not just environmentally. It's really, and not just economically. It's really just being part of the fabric of it. Why are you there? Why are you in a community? And what does that mean? It's broader than just driving somewhere and showing up to work. You're there, you're invested in a certain sense emotionally in that community. And now we start getting into the nuts and bolts of this a little bit more, and this is really important stuff as well, is process orientation. And quality really is found by focusing on improving procedure by procedure. And management has to be involved in that. And I mean, we always talk about this process focus, and within the framework of understanding, again, the nuts and bolts of what you're doing, the details of the processes that you want to improve. That's how you improve the overall organization.
Right.
You start with the processes. Next one is tracking key metrics, which yields, of course, great financials. Key performance indicators, KPIs, must be identified and they must be closely monitored. And KPIs are really important things. I mean, again, you don't just grab them out of the air. You got to seriously think about it. I mean, even within the framework of similar organizations and similar businesses, there may very well be different key performance indicators that they need to monitor and measure and understand. It's not all the same, and it goes back to, again, why you're in business, what you're trying to do and accomplish. That will drive the key performance indicators you can monitor and then hopefully improve the entire organization. And the sixth and final one here was technology focus. And this is all about, of course, driving innovation and creating value for your customers. Value is always key to anything you want to do in quality improvement and excellence, is understanding where your value comes from, those value streams, and improving them and driving better value. And technology is a really key part of that. And all the Baldridge winners this year are excellent companies who understand technology. Hertz closes in this piece with a couple of quotes from Darren Atterbury. And Darren Atterbury is the city manager of Fort Collins. And he was one of the Baldridge winners who was there speaking at the conference, Quest for Excellence. His quote was, one of his quotes was, "Treat metrics as a flashlight to shine attention on an opportunity for improvement, not as a hammer to beat on people, on responsible people or processes."
Right.
Very Deming-esque, if you think about that,
Yep,
you know?
yep.
I mean, drive out fear. I mean, you know, you want to have that focus on what you're doing, not so you can assign blame, but that you can understand
So you
what
can
you're doing and
understand
you
it,
can
yeah.
improve it. And you can work with people who are in the system.
Right.
If you don't encourage people without fear to come forward with the problems they're having, you can't surface those things. It's so easy for people to hide problems that they're having. If they had even the smallest bit of fear, a smidgen of fear is going to destroy that whole trust factor.
Right,
So
right.
you gotta drive out fear, just like Deming said. The other one that Atterbury said was, don't lead in an average way because you'll get average people and average performance. Hertz says it in his piece.
Yeah.
You know, why shoot for the 50%? You know,
Right.
these companies who won Baldridges will tell you that you've got to be very aspirational. You've got to really shoot for the best you can be and better than you ever thought you could be if you're going to achieve this goal. It's a big, hairy goal to win a Baldridge. But even going through the journey of you know, submitting your application, having a site visit, you know, seeing what the opportunities for improvement are and improving, and maybe it takes a couple of cycles. Many companies that win Baldridges started their journey years before.
Yeah, right.
And then many times they win repeated Baldridges after that. So Baldridge is a great program. I mean, you might want to check it out. If you're a company that is serious about improvement and you haven't checked out the Baldridge, check it out on the NIST site, NIST.gov.
And we should say that if you're not interested in going for the Baldridge Award, but you've heard about the Baldridge process,
the examiners,
you can actually set yourself up for Baldridge examiners to come in, not with an eye towards winning the award, but just from the value of the feedback you get when you're trying to accomplish the goals of the Baldridge Award without necessarily going for the award, and then getting the feedback on how well you've done against those. People say that's like worth the money.
The OFIs, they call them, the
Yeah.
opportunities for improvement, are
Right.
really key within that, and that's really the heart of what this program is about. The examiners that Baldridge has are top level people.
Yeah, in fact, I think they're applying for, or the application's open for, I think,
for examiners
right
too.
now, yeah.
So it's another good opportunity if you're interested in getting involved as being an examiner.
Okay. Well, you mentioned earlier, shining a light to look for opportunities and to spot both opportunities and possibly stuff that's already being done right.